Welcome to FB Podcast. Today we will dissect a shocking transfer story, a deal that, if successful, could completely change the face of Manchester United's attack. And I swear to you, this will make many people fall over. The giant team that used to spend money without hesitation is now hunting for a world-class assassin for UVND. Sounds unbelievable, right? But let's explore with me whether this is a genius move or just another gamble of the Red Devils. You know, Manchester United has been stirring up the transfer market recently with a series of positive information, all with the sole purpose of upgrading the squad ready to improve performance in the new season. One of the top tasks that coach Ruben Amorim and the board of directors need to solve immediately is goal output. Or in other words, the ability to score a goal, and at the same time cleaning up the attacking four. We have seen the Matheus Cunha deal completed, and Bryan Mbeumo is also in the final stages of negotiations. Both of these players were among the top 10 most dangerous scorers in the Premier League last season and promised to solve the scoring problem for the club. However, there is an important point that we need to realize. The positions of both Cunha and Mbeumo are playing behind the center forward. Although both can play as high up the attack, Portuguese strategist Ruben Amorim still wants to have a true spearhead. Looking back at the performance of the Red Devils attack last season, many fans can only shake their heads in disappointment. Rasmus Højlund, a name that was expected, only scored 4 goals in the Premier League and 6 goals in the Europa League, and even his ability to block the first step was considered clumsy. Antony stood out more in passing than the scoring, and Garnacho, although always knowing how to become the center of attention, often converted goals into opportunities instead of directly scoring. Obviously, with what happened throughout the 2024-25 season, coach Ruben Amorim must at all cost upgrade the attack, improve the scoring record to aim for a brighter future. And to complete this task, the summer transfer market is the best place to shorten that process. Manchester United are targeting a series of potential targets, real killers in the penalty area, such as Liam Delap, Victor Osimhen, or Victor Gyokeres. According to some sources from the foggy country, Victor Gyokeres is being closely linked with Man Ud, and to close this deal, they may have to spend about £60 million, equivalent to 70 million euros for Sporting Lisbon. This figure is quite similar to the 2 previous targets, Cunha and Mbeumo. But the question now is, will the board of directors have enough money in the context of the difficult force purification process? Jadon Sancho has just been sent back, while the future of Marcus Rashford, Anthony Garnacho, or Malacia has not made much progress. Even the fact that Rasmus Højlund is being targeted by Inter Milan is only at the probing level. Therefore, faced with the cost issue, as well as coach Ruben Amorim's desire to quickly complete the squad to start preparing for the new season, Manchester United may have to consider other options to avoid getting bogged down in a goal that lasts too long, as they experienced in the Frankie de Jong deal under Erik ten Hag. And this is where the name Jonathan David comes in. According to some reputable sources in Europe, Manchester United's board of directors has included Jonathan David in the list of targets in this summer's transfer market. The most special thing, he has announced his departure from Lille after the 2024-2025 season ends and will become a free agent from July. This is the free name we are talking about. The 25-year-old Canadian striker does not have the ideal physique for aerial duels, but he is a player with speed, technique, and an extremely effective nose for goal. Moreover, David is a very versatile player. He can play as the highest striker or as a second striker or even on the wing when necessary. This is an important factor that helps coach Ruben Amorim diversify Manchester United's playing style in the future, because he always focuses on targets who can play in many different positions. Jonathan David is not a strange name to Red Devils fans, because the club once hoped to have his signature to replace Anthony Martial, but Lille refused to let him go at that time with such a cheap price. Now, with the opportunity to own one of the top scorers in League One on a free transfer Man odds board is showing great seriousness with this deal to upgrade their extremely unstable attack. This striker, born in 2000, is not only a classic striker but also possesses the flexibility to play well in the role of an attacking midfielder, bringing diversity to his playing style. In addition, he is also highly appreciated for his speed, strength, and extremely enthusiastic playing style. But the most important thing is stable goal output over each season. season because David is the factor that can bring 20 to 25 goals to his home club each season. This is the first factor if you want to aim for success. In the 2024-2025 season, Jonathan David made a strong impression, especially in the confrontations with Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League, with a double goal that brought 3 points to Lille, or the only goal in the first half's injury time to help the League One representative kill the king of the C1 arena, Real Madrid, right at home. 7 goals in the most prestigious arena at the club level in Europe by this player wearing the number 9 shirt helped the home team finish in 7th place to qualify directly for the round of 16. Although Lille later lost to Borussia Dortmund, it cannot be denied that the efforts of the young man from North America contributed to Lille's success last season. Jonathan David's style is quite similar to Carlos Tevez, the factor that helped the Red Devils reach the top of Europe. It is true that physicality can be a factor that makes many people skeptical about his ability to adapt to the Premier League, or makes it difficult for the former Genk player to meet expectations. However, Jonathan David's style is extremely suitable for the system that coach Ruben Amorim is applying. He sniffs out goals, chooses very good positions, and has the ability to impressively connect with teammates. His physicality may not be too tall, but body thickness and endurance are important factors that help the Canadian striker maintain continuous intensity. He will complete the pressing and high pressure requirements from the former Sporting Lisbon captain, thereby bringing many opportunities for Manchester United to maintain continuous pressure, especially when Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo are both very good at this. Jonathan David has been very clear about his aspirations. I always watch European football on TTIV, so that has always been a big goal in my career. Players all aspire to join big clubs, so if I have the opportunity, I also want to go to the Premier League and La Liga because these are the 2 top leagues and I can adapt to the experience I have had in France. That will help a lot in adapting to a league faster, so I think both leagues are suitable for me. The 2000 Born Stars sharing shows that he will prioritize going to the Premier League or La Liga this summer. And coincidentally, in addition to Manchester United, Barcelona is also said to be trying to recruit Lille's number 1 striker to gradually replace Robert Lewandowski, who is gradually approaching the end of his career. This will be an extremely fierce competition because without a transfer fee, clubs will have to offer extremely attractive incentives to convince players. In addition, there is information from the French media that centre-back Lenny Yoro David's former teammate may have an important voice in convincing him to come to Old Trafford. Yoro's experiences and progress are said to be the motivation for David to come to England. The 25-year-old may not have the same goals and assists total as other targets, but he has a very high shooting accuracy, passing ability, and dribbling ability. This will help coach Ruben Amorim have more options for the team's playing style and diversify tactics instead of a one-dimensional style of play that is easy to predict. In short, in the context of Manchester United's financial situation having certain improvements, but the pressure from the regulations on profit and sustainability, PSR is still there. It is not superfluous to be careful. If there is not enough money to bring in Victor Gyokeres or want to prioritize other positions, Jonathan David is an extremely potential deal that the club can aim for in the summer transfer market. A zero dong deal will greatly reduce the pressure and expectation of money placed on the shoulders of the guy from North America. And who knows, this will be the stepping stone to create success for Manchester United next season. Jonathan David, if he arrives, will immediately become the main card in the hands of the Portuguese strategist, not a reserve for any other star like Rasmus Højlund or Joe Shoy. So what do you think about Jonathan David? Is he the $0 killer that Manchester United need to revive their attack, or should the Red Devils risk spending their money on a more expensive name? Leave your comments below. Let's debate together. If you are interested in this video, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest videos from Podcast FB. Now goodbye and see you in the next podcast episodes.